It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Nate.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Sean.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are watching Season 2, Episode 2 of Severance called Goodbye, Mrs. Selvig.
Goodbye, indeed.
So what happened in Severance last time, guys?
Oh, last time, it was all innies, all episode. Mm-hmm. We came back to the severed floor post breakout into the world.
Yep,
And we had some experiences.
we sure did.
There are some things that we sort of noticed during the episode last time that we need to, circle back to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember which of you two it was that first put forth, unless that's not Helly, while we were watching.
Yeah.
That was you?
Yeah.
I think
That's
it was
not
me.
Helly. Regardless of
whatever.
which of you said that during the episode, the commenters below the episode have very much convinced me that's not Helly.
Yeah. There's yeah.
I think there's a lot of reason to believe that's Helena posing as Helly for whatever reason to gain the trust of this MDR group, you know?
Yeah.
So one thing somebody pointed out was that when they were in the MDR room, she's the one who said, "Hey, where's the security camera?" And then after Milchick left the break room, she's the one who said, "He said there were no cameras or microphones in here." So she's very much trying to reassure them they're not being watched.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
she's there to watch them now. So she's trying to reassure them there's no other watching going on.
Yeah.
You know?
That's...
And the amount with she hates her outie, that Helly hates her outie. Mm-hmm. Like that I don't feel like she would be embarrassed. I don't feel like she would like.
Oh,
You are
she
right,
wouldn't
yeah.
be. Yeah, and she definitely would want to tell them she got the message out on a
Right,
stage.
yeah.
I mean, even if she were to withhold the fact that she was an Egan, the idea that she wouldn't tell them anything about what happened doesn't hold.
No,
water.
yeah, that doesn't really make
And
sense.
also, Irving was banging on the elevator door like he was still banging on Bert's door, like he had just been switched back in. And Helly was tackled on the stage by a bodyguard, and she didn't come off that elevator like she had just been tackled. So she, at the bare minimum, has already been awake again.
yeah.
If that is Helly, but I don't think it is. I think there's good reason to believe we might not ever see Helly again.
No, I believe you're probably right.
Why would they ever let her wake up again? You know?
Right.
And
Well,
didn't-
the why of it
Right,
would
yeah.
be an interesting why
But
indeed.
When
but if it's just
Cobell
not her, then
when Cobell found her at the gala and was like, trying to make sure it was really Helly, and she said, "You'll be gone, but they'll keep your friends alive in pain." So, I think that's another way. It's not Helly will be gone. She's just not going to be activated again, and her friends are going to be hurt.
Or at least that's the plan.
Right,
I'm
so-
sure we will see Helly again if that's
Yes.
the case.
But we shouldn't do too much pre-discussion. So let's.
Yeah.
What else do we have to get to from last time before we dive in?
we didn't really I kind of said this before. We didn't really learn anything. Really,
We need
It's
to
just
know. We still need to see the Audi situation.
yeah, exactly. Which I think we're going to get to
Probably.
now.
Do
So shall
we?
we?
All right, we can dive in.
Yeah, let's
dive
do it.
in. Okay.
Check out our Patreon. It's in the link below. Got full length reactions over there. I'm speeding through this because I really want to watch the episode. So check that out if you want to, or don't. Let's watch Severance.
Blah!
Woo!
We're not happy.
I'm so glad they're just throwing us straight into it again. They know what we need.
Yep.
And he has no notion.
Yeah.
Don't go far, though.
Oh, this is what I wanted to see right here.
Yeah.
Can she tell he switched back?
Are you okay?
So he realizes what happened.
Oh yeah.
Nobody cares that he was shouting she's alive?
I don't. Yeah.
I guess they were preoccupied with the
Yeah,
baby.
their baby situation and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like more Egan people. It's creepy seeing a room full of the Egans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fetid moppet.
Sorry? Yeah, he's so mad, but he's you don't even...
He can't be mad at her, she's not the one who did it.
Need to find out who they talk to. Promptly.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. See, this gets way messier for them when it's not, completely separated. Now they have to go
Exactly.
start meddling in normal people's lives who don't know what they're
'cause
talking about.
What are they doing? So Dylan, what's his explanation? He knows he stayed late for the waffle party, but now he's injured.
Shall I fire them?
Let care guide your hand.
I'm sorry, no, I need a direct answer to that question, please.
Audi Helena is so creepy,
Yeah.
and I need more of her. Like, watching her be just a total villain is... Okay, here we go.
See, I'm having a hard time believing that she would be able to act like Helly. You know?
She'll
like,
learn. She'll watch the footage.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, let's get some information about what's going on here.
Sit.
It's gotta be so weird. Helly's your subordinate, and now Helena is your superior.
Yeah, right.
You saved us from disaster. It cost me dearly. And still you proved your loyalty tonight.
Yeah, she had to, like, blow her cover, basically, to come
Which is why
stop
we'd
this.
like to ask you back. An apology.
Yeah, for real.
They're not gonna do that.
I apologize.
Oh.
My father apologizes.
Is saying I apologize the same as saying I'm sorry? We're
Yeah,
sorry?
I think
Is
so.
that-
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Severance Advisory Council.
Oh my, so they told the innies that she was fired and it was all
Yep.
her fault.
Of course,
But that's
yeah.
just no
Nope.
truth to that at
Of
all.
course not.
Your expertise is greatly valued.
That's another way of saying, like, we're gonna disappear you.
I should be running the severed floor.
Why does she want to be there so
Because
bad?
she's got some other agenda she's working.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
think she's secretly anti-Lumen.
You fear me.
I think she's got old connections.
Yeah.
We fear no one.
For real, dude. They're
What
like
did that
putting
say in the
computer
license
chips in
plate?
people's brains and stuff, man. They're not scared of you.
Thank you for coming in, Harmony. Mr. Drummond will see you out.
Mr. Drummond.
Earlier this evening, at an event where I was excited to share my status as a severed individual with a group of friends and allies, I made the poor decision to consume alcohol while on a non-lumen medication for an arm rash.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna just...
Non-lumen medication, she says.
Is everything all right?
How's your night been, Mr. Bailiff?
They're showing Barbara of Seville on TV, so I've just been here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's...
Doing well? We just need to know if anything of note occurred. Anything at all.
He's not gonna tell him, though,
Nope.
because he
Nope.
is
Yeah,
working
he's-
against them.
Big time.
Why don't you tell me what's going on, Mr. Milchek?
Yeah.
Right, for real.
You know your innie is a friend of mine, and he's a man of principle, which is rare, which is what makes this so difficult.
Take everything in my
You're
power.
firing me.
Not to just be
When
like,
lumen falters,
the hell
it's our
off my
cherished
front step,
workers
dude.
and
He doesn't like him, you could see it.
yeah.
You were involved in a physical altercation with another employee this evening, and I regret to say that you were the aggressor. Wait, I'm afraid we've no choice but to terminate your employment.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
fired them.
Distrust of
But what
lumen
about
has been
Mark?
sadly endemic since its founding.
Yeah.
Did I break something? I can pay. I have cash upstairs.
When I said my
Mark is
innie
the
was
only
being
one that
tortured,
they
They genuinely
know what-
need.
Yeah, and they don't
this was a joke
know what he
and
did.
a lie.
You know?
I'm committed to this company with every part of me.
Yeah, Irving doesn't want to be fired because he's working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like you.
I'm just so jaded that, like, even if I didn't know the story, you know, the actual show, like, if I saw this video, I'd just be like, you're just lying.
Yeah.
Like, giant evil corporation sends out a PR thing being like, I'm so sorry about the way I behaved.
Oh!
Ah!
Ah, yes.
Okay, so gone is the black sludge imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
It's like, yeah, it's like mind-blowing, man.
Oh, this is my favorite show.
What the fuck?
Little baby Kier?
I think so.
I was about to say that it wasn't
maybe,
as viscerally, like, upsetting until that very last
That
moment.
made me shiver.
Don't punish the baby, Rickon. This wasn't its fault.
Of course.
I'm sorry,
Why
what?
did-
I just have to decide if I'm going to restart with chapter 1.
No,
So you said she's alive.
If I may.
I'm trying to help you.
I was,
If I may.
I said
I
what?
really did
And then
feel
I
it
was holding what?
reference-
Obviously, I was referencing the baby.
No, nobody thought the
No.
baby was dead.
Yes.
You were holding the photo of Gemma.
I agree. I think Rickon is right.
I agree.
Babe, will you take her for a second?
No, he can. He knows.
So
He knows, but,
But
he
he
can't
can't
face that.
process
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Because Mrs. Selvig left her in there, or
Yeah.
Cobell, whatever the fuck.
Right, you have to...
Co-Belvig would be a helpful nomenclature.
Oh my gosh.
She's alive and was about the baby.
And you don't think it was?
I do think it was.
Then why are you saying it like that?
Because we don't know.
I'm just exhausted. It's been a weird
Well,
fucking
also-
night.
I mean, that is a.
You don't want to open up this can of worms if...
Mark's work, he went to great lengths to awaken himself, to alert us to abuses. He was inspired by my book. He found great...
That's true.
Shut
I
up,
don't know.
Rickon!
He did say that.
Yeah, I know.
Rebecca, honey.
Oh, it's not Rebecca.
Yeah.
Who's it gonna be? Is it Milchick?
Just trying to get.
It is Milchick.
Yeah.
How does he know who Rickon is and how to get to this place?
I think those chips in their brains, just tell them where they are.
Yeah.
At all
Maybe, but
times,
like,
why not?
I think, like, also remember, this is like a.
It's a company town, yeah.
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 You must be Devin.
Don't talk to me.
She knows what Annie Mark just was telling her
Yeah.
about. She does not trust that guy.
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
If I tell you, are you going to punish him for it?
We have no punishments at Lumen.
That's not what
Oh,
he
yeah,
said.
dude.
Yeah, you can't lie to
Yeah,
her, man.
yeah.
She talked to him.
Just wondering how common it is for your managers to commit fucking lactation fraud against their employees' families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is she gonna explain?
Pretty common?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
She lives next door to me. I, like, know her.
And her behavior at Lumen seems to be the source of your innies' distress.
So yeah, they're just gonna try to pin it all on her.
I think we've just said all there is to say.
Of course. I'll circle back.
I'm frustrated that Mark is
I'll
like
see you Monday.
being so passive
Yeah, I
right
don't
now.
know.
Like,
Well,
what are you doing here?
He signed up for this. This is a guy he works for.
Yeah,
He
that's
knows he
true.
signed up to work for this man.
What your
You know.
innie did tonight was completely unauthorized. It was also very brave.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
what-
You said it was somebody else
I
that
hate
did
to
it.
reward his courage with non-existence.
Ooh. He's just playing whatever
Yeah,
strings he can get.
it's like, dude, you don't
Trying to
realize,
tell him to go back?
You realize how evil you sound right now.
You know you woke up at Bert's door.
What happened?
He just went
What was
home.
that
Obviously.
interaction like?
So he goes to fire Irving and Dylan immediately and goes to try and gently persuade Mark not to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They need Mark. I mean, obviously his connection to Gemma,
Yeah.
because he was
If
refining
Mark
her.
finds out what's actually been going, he's the most tangled piece of this web.
Mhm.
Firing him would be.
They can't.
like-
They can't for some reason.
Yeah, right.
In case we don't come back. In case we do.
She seemed like affected by that.
Yeah.
I think it just probably bothers her that she's like,
I really
I
can't
did
remember
that,
this
and
at
I
all.
don't know that guy. Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
I have like legitimate interpersonal connections with people I have no idea who they are at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for what is probably a very emotionally devoid life.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe she's like, I've never had a connection like that with someone.
You are so awesome. Smile.
So Audi Dylan is a lot less confident than Innie Dylan.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always felt like doors.
How old?
Sorry?
How old were you when you knew you loved doors?
5.
If you could be any kind of door, what would it be?
Garage door.
Say
hanging pocket.
Pocket.
Revolving.
Flat finish or eggshell?
Eggshell.
Semi-gloss.
Oh, okay, so...
That's hot. You remind me of me, Dylan.
Yeah, I think so.
Lumen.
Yes.
And they make their doors in house. It's fucking hubris.
Okay, maybe that's significant. Lumen makes all their own doors.
I was a severed employee, so.
You're a severed.
Yes.
Please don't say it like that.
But
So
you know,
they get
it's just
discriminated
me here
against?
And
What was the George? Thanks for coming in.
what?
We'll consider your application thoroughly.
You're not considering me at all. That's discrimination.
We need a certain kind of person here, Mr. George, not a certain kind of two people. I mean, what do you think this is, a carpet factory?
What?
You want to circumcise your brain, that's your business. But it doesn't mean I have to hire you. And personally,
so people are just, you know...
Yeah, people really
morally object to it.
I would have picked up the phone if it was good news.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll get the next one.
Stop being nice.
Being mean to your wife?
He's frustrated, man.
I'll be home soon.
Okay, bye, hon.
Like, I think that was like an acceptable level of frustration.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking maybe there was a way we could confirm what your any meant.
Devin, Jesus Christ, are you serious?
I know.
Whoa, wait a minute, what?
Apparently you can petition.
I'm quitting.
Have you called them already?
No, I was gonna do it tonight.
Devin definitely believes that Gemma's down there.
Mm-hmm.
You remember I identified her, right?
Yes, Mark.
I saw her body.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what? What? Yeah, that is weird.
What did they do?
You're not the only one her death affected.
Oh, really? It affected you?
Yes.
Did you have to tell her parents that she was dead? Did your sheets smell like her for weeks afterwards?
Mark,
oh, fuck.
He's really, really bad at
You know what?
processing,
If
talking about Gemma.
died and his body burned, I'd be sad, but I wouldn't be affected.
What?
This is obscene.
I just want to be sure.
I am sure.
He can't deal, though.
Well, and I understand the
people will be
idea
like,
that
maybe
he's
she's
like,
not
I
dead.
saw her, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you would get angry. I understand that.
You don't even know what you're saying to me right now. It's fucked up. But we know that she is, though.
Frolic tattooed. Oh, that's Mr. Drummond. So he was just listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you not have that conversation, like, in a very private place?
Because they don't know that they need to...
Company town. Wouldn't trust anybody anymore. Anybody I didn't know.
I want you to know my indie got the message, he says. Oh, give me more of this. What is Irving doing?
Dude.
Who's that watching him?
Oh, shit.
What does outside bird? What? What?
I don't know, man.
This is
I'm watching the
that's
same
such a
show you are.
It's such a switch to creepy walk-in after like happy walk-in all last season.
Compliments of the company.
A pineapple?
Yeah.
Okay to talk a minute.
No! Go away!
I'd like to ask you a few questions that may inform your decision. Is that alright?
Can I manipulate you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They think they can manipulate everyone.
How happy are you with your current financial compensation?
Gonna give him a raise.
Our endearment to you is such that a 20% bump is on the table.
Fuck.
Could you return?
That's... You don't even know what you even do for a living.
Exactly.
It's like 20% more for this?
And regular wellness checks from independent boards would help you feel more excited to return. It's the first step of many.
Independent
My
orgs.
third question concerns your late wife, Gemma.
Why would you even have
What
her
about her?
name in your mouth? Like,
I mean, well, let's see.
You cited her death as a primary motivator for severing. Do you remember what you said?
No.
Is he just gonna ask him
You
if,
said since she died,
like, he's
everything
gotten over that?
That you felt like you were choking on her ghost.
damn.
Do you still feel that way, Mr. Scout?
It's so fucking cold.
What, yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's like,
like,
why are you...
The Mark I've come to know at Lumen is happy. And he's funny.
You know, but...
The solace you have given him down there will make its way to you.
That's the whole idea, is that it won't, though, right?
So this is when he went back then. So he was told downstairs that it was 5 months, and it's been a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Sister seems more uppity than he is.
I'm sorry?
Who are you bringing into NDR?
A floater from overseas. And a pair who were laid off from 5X.
5X. Really?
So what's the significance of that place? Oh, here's Gwendolyn, okay.
Hopefully there will be some chemistry.
I'm glad that she's back. I was worried we wouldn't see more of these people.
Yeah.
We don't need chemistry.
It would be a very strange casting choice to have.
Okay, so it's all about Mark Guest, but he needs a team.
Cold Harbor.
See you tonight.
Cold Harbor.
This is so much information. Like, so they can't just bring him by himself. He needs other people.
Yeah.
Good night, Mrs. Scott.
Need to know what his next move is gonna be.
Okay,
and
so this
he
is
can't
a
make
couple-
any moves by himself, right?
So this is where he's gonna get fired. Like, so what's gonna happen now? He's not gonna come back out again, you know? Normally, so what's... Yeah. What happened?
He's leaving.
Good night, Judd.
Something happened. No, that's because that's the day.
And that the clock was.
Hello, is anyone there? Is the board on? It's Marquez from Macrodata Refinement.
The clock was later.
The board's going to give him what he wants, including Heliar. He won't finish without them.
So why was she doing all that research if they didn't even know if she had to go back down there?
Because she just has access to it and she's
just
interested.
Curious?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. 3 days of work. I broke a fucking lease in Grand Rapids. Fuck you, Lumen!
Well. Okay, so no additional
So
time passed though. That is, they did
Exactly.
something to him down there.
Morning, Jed.
I do appreciate that, like, there is a perfectly reasonable excuse for all of them to want to come back in here despite what, like, happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, they all have a proper motivation to come back.
Dylan just needs a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is where we find out whether she's Helly or not.
She's not.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is exactly when we don't find out.
They're not going to confirm it. Yeah. They said including Heliar, so they're still letting the audience maybe believe that it's really Heliar, but it's not.
Why would it ever be? Why would they do that?
Helena would not surrender control of her body again. Hey! There she is!
Where do you think you're going?
What do you care?
What do I care?
Yeah, how about you explain yourself, lady?
Who are you?
I thought you were quitting.
That's not an answer to my question.
You're so easy to sway.
Yeah, I would, like, stand in front of her car until she gave me some answers.
Doesn't he do that in the trailer?
You fucking kid.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Like hell you're driving away.
Yeah.
Why did you do this? What the fuck is this all about?
Is she asking herself the same question?
No, she has so much information she hasn't given us.
Yeah.
Do you know something about Gemma?
There you go. Just ask that question just to see the look on her face, you know?
Yep.
Oh.
It's really hard to put somebody emotionally in a corner when they're behind the wheel and you're not. I would be very careful.
Yeah, she won't. Whoa!
There you go. This is what I'm saying. Like, you can't exactly stop her from continuing to drive.
That's true, but yeah, get in your car and chase her.
No.
No.
Oh, come on!
Was that?
Yes, of course it is. It's what Severance is gonna do to us. Huh, alright. Severance episode 2, season 2. Well, we got exactly what we predicted we would get of the Audi perspective on all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm almost like finding our after discussion like difficult so far in this season. It's just like I feel like we just kind of are back again to like where we were at. Like I guess he believes that his wife might be alive, I guess.
I think
kind of
yeah.
like,
Having
okay.
asked Cobell that at the end there, I think, and the like her expression or non-reaction when he asked that question, I think what put the idea to him that there genuinely is something with Gemma about the seventh floor.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
I think that now he will go back to Devon to talk
But he's
about
even
that.
just like, did he jump just then from like, do you know something about it to, so she's alive then? You see your wife's body. You identified her body.
Yeah, it's gonna take
you
a
saw
lot.
her incinerate.
Right. He's not gonna believe she's alive until
funeral.
she's standing in front of him.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes.
And then even then,
be
it's
like,
like,
what's
this is a robot.
But it is,
right, like this is a robot that looks like her.
it is. Yeah, like it's gonna take a lot, but also like the strength of he knows exactly how little he knows about his innie, and how little his innie knows about him.
Right.
And so like essentially it's someone with a stamp of I am completely objective about this, looked at that picture and went, oh, I know that lady, she's alive.
Yeah,
and the
true.
only I know it, like the only place I've ever been is this floor of your job.
Yeah, exactly. She's in there somewhere. But also, like, do you go like, does my innie really even know the difference between a human being and a robot? Like, you know,
robots
like
don't exist. What is that?
Well, neither does Severance.
I know, but I don't.
Neither
We have no reason to believe there's like robot humans in this world.
But like, how do you? This is what I'm trying to figure out. How do you witness the death of a loved one? He knows his wife.
Right.
He knows what she looks like.
Yeah.
Any single issue with like her, her body looks like anything.
I will say, he said like if Rickon was dead and burned,
yeah,
then I would feel sad for you, but I wouldn't be affected. So he might have identified a burned corpse.
Maybe they burned it enough that
he was able to identify her.
That's what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
But,
I think that was supposed to be that she was incinerated. I don't know. I did not. I have interpreted this so far, and for them to like drop that, I've interpreted this so far that like he saw her on the
I think
slab.
he ID'd Jenna very positively. That's her. She's dead. So yeah.
Yeah. And then, are we saying? Is it a clone? Did they make a fake Gemma and kill the fake one so that they could take the real one and put her down there? Is she a clone? Like, is there two? Was it a
some
robot?
Totally inexplicable element in play here to make sense of what we do know so far.
I would say at this point, a robot is like a perfectly reasonable possibility given the elements that we have.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
Or like, yeah, I mean, is there some sort of... Was he shown somebody complete? Did anyone else see her besides him? So like,
maybe
was
they
there
messed
sort of
with,
like,
but he wasn't severed yet.
I know
The
he
chip
wasn't
in
severed yet. But then like, what is the? Why even have him down there at all? Why have them both there?
So and
ever?
that timeline of events makes it so hard to like figure out as well. The fact that like Gemma gets in the accident and dies, and then Mark takes the severed job, and then somehow becomes crucial to this Lumen operation, you know, like where they need him back, they need him working, they, you know, rush to bring in a team so he can keep working and stuff. After posting last week's video, the YouTube algorithm knows that I'm into Severance, obviously, so it fed me a video that somebody had taken audio from season 1 and run it through filters to clean it up, where the moment when Irving is sitting at his desk and like the black sludge is happening, so there's like music and ambient sound that comes in of like while that's happening, you can't hear the conversation behind it anymore.
Yeah.
But somebody cleaned it up to play that conversation, and it's Dylan explaining to Helly about Mark's freshman fluke. And he says when Mark first got hired, they almost never finished an MDR file. But then when Mark was here, he finished a whole file in one day, and they still don't know how he did it, but they were able to reverse engineer some new process from what he did, and now the average file takes about 6 weeks. So Dylan says that to Helly in season 1, and it's about like somehow when Mark showed up there, it completely changed what MDR even was and how they did it and stuff. And we saw last episode that his refining was connected to Gemma in some way, so that all of that seems to be integral in some way, and now this Cold Harbor file they're talking about.
And we haven't heard Cold Harbor in reference to anything else. It's not like a location that one of the Audis has been to or anything like that.
I don't think so, but all the MDR files are like place names. Allentown, Tumwater, you know, like
And there was there's the Lexington letter.
Yes.
That we mentioned. I don't know if we talked about it in the new season.
No, we haven't talked about that this year yet, but yeah, that's a canon piece of writing.
Yeah, that there's a connection between the MDR and causing black ice accidents.
Which Gemma also got in a car accident, you know? Right. So there's... Yeah, it's... but how could they... I don't know. Yeah, so...
I mean, it feels like if they were gonna try and, like, make him... Like, you know, I get from as another angle to this, like... maybe they made him integral because they need to something about the fact that he's there and his dead wife is there, and the fact that his Audi doesn't have any concept of that at all. It's like is actually the experiment they're doing.
I guess
they made him, and they need him back right now. They were like, we got to get a new team. He's got to be here because we still are not totally clear on exactly what his innie said to his family, and his family is being very tight-lipped and not cool with people showing up at their house. And but like if all this stuff comes to light, if they decide to go to like the media. Like, Lumen is finished.
With what? Go to the media. They have nothing.
If they're like, his wife is down there. Like, it's somebody
can't prove that. It's
the government. I mean, are we doing
Lumen's owns senators. Like, we've seen that.
Right, and I think that's a whole interesting thing that's sort of part of the kind of social and societal commentary that this show is making about the way that we kind of surrender ourselves to the domain of companies when we become an employee there. We're like, it's understood that companies are allowed to have their secrets about how it is that they operate and what they do in there, and the public doesn't automatically have a right to know about everything that a company is doing unless you can prove that something illegal is happening because people that it's happening to are saying so. You don't have a right to go poking around in what a company gets up to.
Right.
And that's sort of, it's like taking that idea to its extreme of like how nefarious of things could they seem to be doing without anybody being able to go in and take a look.
Yeah, Mark and his family would be like the ultimate whistleblowers right now, considering
they just had one conversation with any Mark who doesn't know how to explain things very well.
If you whistleblow, you have to have something you can point your finger at.
Like the fact that their Mark's boss down there was gallivanting around as their babysitter and shit, and pulled this whole fucking thing to like make them think that she had driven away with it to try and prevent
without
him
the
from
authorization of Lumen, without the knowledge of Lumen.
It's true that she was acting independently. They don't have to. They can wash their hands of all that. Although I think that she may have been living next door to him at their behest. Like Grainer kept showing up at that house to be like, "What are you doing?" and stuff like that. Like there was knowledge that she kept an eye on Audi Mark regularly.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, hey, if these people are supposed to be completely unaware of the work that they're doing, why are you watching your employees so fucking hard outside of work? Like,
well, that's what he was trying to ask her at the end there.
It's like, why are you, it's like, unless something really bad is happening down there and you really want to make sure that there is no inkling whatsoever, like, people are gonna, there's already like protests happening, there's like petitions being like signed, like people are not okay with the fact that this company exists, and all it takes
is
guy, one. Yeah,
the guy interviewing Dylan was so upset. He was like offended at the idea that someone was severed.
Right. There's not. Just because they own senators doesn't mean it's like all chill. It's like it's contentious that they're, and it's like, man, they're like baby stealing, like dead wife lying abouting, like crazy psychotic cult people. Like, what do you? That's not a good look. You get shut down for that.
But I think like the guy at Great Doors, well, like he was upset about the severance process itself, and I think that like that's not like Lumen's probably not too happy that people are upset about that, but I think that's the least important thing they could be upset about. And there's the severance is part of this wider plan by Lumen to do something to reset the world.
Exactly, and then they established last week in the video that they have companies, branches in like almost every country on the planet, right? Yeah. And then they also had this guy they brought in on Mark's MDR team that was Italian, speaking Italian.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that guy briefly. I think we probably should wrap up at this post-discussion, but that guy, he had a head cube like Mark's. It was like carved out of wood
he had a wood
instead
cube.
of made of crystal.
Head.
So he's got that, and then also during editing, I noticed when the MDRs were talking about, what were your old branches like and stuff like that. And Mark W. said to that guy, "Did you have an elevator?" And the guy said, "We had, a rope." And so between that and the wood head cube, I was like, this guy seems maybe displaced in time somehow. Like maybe he's maybe he's been asleep for quite a long time before they brought him into this to like I don't know, maybe
like time traveler cryogenic freezing, but not robots.
They just severed and testing floor or whatever. Or I'm just saying robots hadn't been established. I wasn't saying it couldn't be. There's just been no indication about anything about robots in this so far. That's all I meant. They haven't pushed us on robots yet.
They haven't done the robots yet.
Yeah, like my like impression of that was that it's like it's because it's not the headquarters, it's a shittier place. Right?
Sure, okay.
But it also like very clearly like establishes that like if that's really like how his work environment was like they don't need a whole elevator to do a Severance. They just need you gotta climb up to almost like pass a threshold.
Flip a switch.
They pass the threshold of some kind or like so they could just put those around. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do not. The geographical determination is totally a pretense.
That's right.
It's not true. It's not how it works.
So much more dangerous as a concept.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, does that do it for this week's Severance?
Man, this show's
staying great.
Man,
I love it.
I don't want to wait a week, but we have to now. So let's. Thanks so much for watching with us, everybody. I'm Nate.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Sean.
And this is Ketchup Packets.
Ketchup Packets.